Hi, I'm Sarah and this is Sassy Life Story. Today's video is going to be about my April budget. I do budget in my bullet journal and also with Google Sheets. So Google Sheets is something that's available on my phone, my iPad, my computer, so I can access it anywhere, and I do set up formulas for each category so I can track things in there and see how much is left. But I do also track in my bullet journal. So we are a few days into April, so I've already started filling in my tracker of my actual purchases or what I've spent money on. And then on the left side, I have my budget. So I'm just gonna talk through what I'm doing for the month and my plans. I do have a yearly goal of saving $30,000. So savings is one of my biggest things I'm accounting for in the month. I do a zero-based budget. So what that means is just that every dollar that I have is accounted for in some way. So I'm doing a few different things. First up, I track my inflow. So this is just any incoming money. First, I have rollover. So I typically am leaving some amount of money in, my checking account, or it's stuff that I just don't actually spend in the prior month. Some of it might be cash. And then I have money that comes from my job. So that's post taxes being withheld, post my contributions to my HSA and my retirement account, my 403B. And then the third thing that I have in my inflow is other. That's where I track things like cashback, if I sell something on Poshmark, any other money that I think is going to come in for the month that's not the rollover that already existed or coming from my regular job. So what I have there in my rollover is $858.60. For my employer, I'm expecting around $4,942. And in my other section, I calculated $175. I kind of looked at what I thought I was going to get from cashback and things like Ibotta. I can link Ibotta in the description. It's kind of like a coupon clipping app that you can do. It's like an app for coupons. So I typically get cash back in that. Rakuten is another thing I get cash back from, but that's only on a quarterly basis, I believe. I can link that as well. The next thing I put in my budget is my bills. That's typically an area where if I needed to completely cut down my expenses, I would still need to pay those. So I include my mortgage, parking, which I suppose I actually could cancel that if I needed to. I could not park in a spot, I could park on the street. My phone storage, internet, groceries, gas, and pets. So I suppose you could say theoretically some of these things could be cut down even more as well. But for my total here, so my total for inflow was $5,975.60. My total for my bills is $1,990.54. That's about $1,300 for my mortgage, $85 for parking, $3 for my phone storage, $88 for internet, $350 for groceries, $45 for gas, and $100 for pets. So that's what's expected for the month. And then I have my extras section. I guess I could put my savings section above this theoretically since it's more important to me, but it's after that. So in my extras section, I track gifts, self, and then I have an other. So for gifts, I'm estimating $100 for the month. For self, I've budgeted $75, and for other, I put 0. That's basically just if something miscellaneous comes up, it would go there. And something did already. I am planning to travel to my brother's graduation from college, and I did end up buying a ticket last month, but the flight that I bought a ticket for was changed in such a way that it doesn't work anymore. So I did have to pay to change that flight. If we had done it fast enough, we wouldn't have had to pay, but we didn't. So that's not gonna hit my budget of $0, obviously. But for my savings, I'm planning to save $3,000. I also have a line item for investing now. I invested in Webull last month. I'll put a link for Webull in the description as well. I put in $100 into Webull, and then you get free stock. I think I got 1 free stock for signing up and 1 free stock for putting $100 into my account. If you follow my link, you'll also get I think that same setup of 2 free stocks for signing up and depositing $100. I did invest most of the $100 I put in, but I'm not currently planning on investing any more this month. So that's just at 0 for April. None of these things that I'm mentioning are sponsored. They're just things that I use. So the last item that I have is my rollover. I went ahead and put $800 there. I do use credit cards, so my rollover is something I'm basically just calculating based on everything that I have available, like my sheets and my bank account, my banking app. But I do think it's been slightly off because, like, since I pay with credit cards, not everything goes through exactly at the end of the month. So I'm hoping that I can make it actually go through, like clear everything at the end of the month and set it to an amount so that I know it's actually what it is. It might not actually end up being $800 because I already have that other charge that was unexpected, but we'll see what it ends up being. So far, I've already spent a fair amount of money on things like groceries. I do have an Amazon subscribe and save for like energy drinks, protein bars that I like that are only on Amazon. Like I can't find them in any grocery store. I will get things like pet treats from that as well. So that's something that comes out at the beginning of the month. So I've already had quite a bit of spending in groceries, that miscellaneous charge, and a little bit in my self budget. But otherwise, other than the miscellaneous charge, I'm still on track for the month. We are about a week in at this point, so we'll see what happens. Let me know, do you enjoy a talk through video like this or a camera down video where I'm actually writing everything as I talk through, because that is how I've done my previous videos. I'll go ahead and link last month's if you want to check it out. I did also already send some money to my savings, so I set that aside, and I am really making progress on my savings tracker for the year. I calculated it the other day, but I'm not sure exactly what it's at. I think it's around $8,300 that I've set aside for savings so far in the year, so that's great. I'm also tracking yearly my expenses so I can see month to month where I'm seeing an increase or decrease in spending in certain areas. So far, I'm seeing a pretty good decrease in my beauty expense. My clothes, I didn't buy any clothes last month. I did go up in my personal eating out, but I paid for somebody else to eat out with me last month as well, so that was part of that. So overall, things are looking pretty good for the year for me so far. Obviously, all of this kind of depends on things staying pretty stable, so, you know, we'll see how it goes, but that is my April check-in on my budget. I would love to hear if you have any money goals for the month or things you'd like me to talk about more in depth. Go ahead and leave me a comment, subscribe, check out my other budgeting videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.